Greetings and salutations, one and all. Welcome to another fantastic week of Olympus Rises, where I, your host, Jordan, aka Making Games on the Internet, take you on a wonderful journey through the stars. The help of my fantastic crew. How's everyone doing? Glad you all could be here. I believe this is episode 45 or 46. I don't know, I can't keep track. Fuck it. Also, if you haven't guessed by now, this channel is also explicit. In case you were curious. I was told maybe I should say that at the beginning of my videos. Guess I fucked that one up too, didn't I? Regardless, you can see we already have this beautiful graphic pulled up. Everyone take a look at too, sir. Gorgeous, isn't it? Very beautiful planet. Let's go ahead and turn on Discord, where it looks like we are only awaiting our illustrious mercenary. And we'll see how everybody else has been doing. Hello.
Hello.
Ah, hi. Hello, Will.
Hi, hello.
How you doing?
Hey.
Very soft.
Am I?
Yeah, you
Well,
sound...
I literally haven't booted up my computer since last Sunday, so things might be a little wonky. So, let me fix that.
I mean, I had you turned down really low anyway, just because of my headphones. It hurt my little delicate baby ears.
No.
Oh, yeah? Is that it?
You were rattling Jordan's special snowflakes in there.
I will say, though, you are distinctly lower than everybody else, though, and I had you turned up more than...
Oh, okay, I'll mess with that a little bit.
Also, Matt, that made me chuckle. It's not even Yoda, it's just like...
my fake stroke speak.
Yeah. It's just like... like, the words are arranged somewhat randomly. Like
it takes an art to just violate that many conventions of the English language.
It's also not even consistent. Like
I tried, and I'm glad I got a chuckle out of you.
You did a good job. You did a good job. That was good.
No, what I think it is so you know those, and I don't know why it's taken me this long to actually come across this podcast, but those Monster Factory videos that I shared with you guys last week that are just hysterical.
Those are pretty fucking good. Yep.
Yeah. So the three of those guys do a podcast, and I guess it became really popular because they will take like crazy Yahoo Answers questions, and that's the whole thing. They just discuss them and go through answers and so forth. And I think the phrasing, there's like a very special sort of thing that happens on there that is just complete, not even disregard for language, but like...
Right, it's like any of social media, any of like the jokes surrounding very specific social medias, like Tumblr or Imager or Twitter.
Yeah, I think that's where that came from. Good. But no one who isn't in our Discord chat will have any idea what we're talking about. So let's just skip this whenever we put it on YouTube.
Fantastic. Good. So I actually have I've had a busy. I thought about things to say and then realized I had a lot of things.
Why don't you tell us about your week and what you've been thinking?
Yeah, so first of all, I have not streamed at all this entire week.
Nope.
Kind of. Yeah, I mean, I should have, certainly. But it was also kind of nice not to. I've been grinding pretty hard lately, with still having to fucking work 40 hours a week so that I can survive, and then also doing the streaming thing. But the primary reason is because there's a very specific kind of thing that I wanted to do, and I was unable to do it.
Are you at liberty to discuss that thing with us?
It is not my place to discuss that thing with you, if that makes sense. I won't put it out there unless it's put out publicly.
Continue.
So because of that, I had no desire to do anything else really. So it's like pretty hardcore on that, but it has opened me up to all of the things that normal adults do in their real lives that that I've been neglecting, having essentially been working 12 hours a day, 5 days a week.
Such as
I had a conundrum the other day as to what I was going to eat. Typically, I will I might get a breakfast sandwich in the morning or something from work or somewhere else, and then, or coffee is typically my breakfast, and then I will eat something during lunchtime at work, and then I will get something on my way home, and then that's basically it. That's all I eat for like the whole day. However, with not streaming for a whole week, what I have found is coming home and knowing I'm not going to stream, I'm just like, oh, I don't need to stop for food because I don't need to eat right away. But then I'll get home and I'll be like, well, fuck, I have no food in this house. What the hell am I supposed to do for food? And so then there's a conundrum of, do I really go back out and get food? Do I have food delivered me that's more expensive?
I thought, see, it was my understanding that regardless of what you had going on, you were pretty much living off Uber Eats and like smoothies that you had delivered to you.
I 100% was for a very long time living off Uber Eats.
But that changed?
It changed when I reached the shadow cap of how many free deliveries you can have from Uber
Eats. I see. So they expected you to begin paying them for their service fairly, and you declined despite having enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's basically what happened. I mean, to be fair, I two things occurred. One, I found the same smoothie place that I could stop at on my way home, so that kind of hurt Uber Eats a little bit. Two, I encountered the fact that it was actually not really efficient monetarily to order from them when I had to pay the additional $5.
Oh my god.
And three, I still have ordered from them a couple of. In fact, I did it last night because I really wanted wings. But it's about the same price for me to just order wings and go pick them up as it is for them to deliver to me. From like a Wing Street place, like a more chainy place to deliver me wings. It's about the same price as me to like order from the wing house and then go pick it up. So that's kind of how I felt about that.
In conclusion, nope.
In conclusion, yeah, right. There are still like there's one place I will consistently get from a lot because I can keep it under like $15, which is way high for a meal, so I treat myself with it. Is the taco truck place. Because it's like $3 a taco. So, and they're fucking delicious.
I mean, or you could just buy groceries and...
Well, you read my mind. That's literally what I was just about to say.
So listen, I don't know what sort of nonsense.
Make food and like have it to eat.
Again, I don't know what... Again, this is the problem, is when one works... and I'm going to use the term work, 12 hours a day, 5 days a week, I don't have time to fuck around with groceries, right? Like, I don't, because...
That's what the one weekend day is, when you go to the grocery store and buy all your groceries for the week.
Right, but what I mean is, like, I don't have...
Like a responsible adult.
I don't have time to, like, actually prepare and cook and clean a meal for, like, the 1 hour when I get home, which is spent...
There are entire cookbooks based around like 30-minute meals and things like that.
I would venture that none of those actually take 30 minutes. There is not a single one that is an actual cooked meal from the grocery store.
Yes, there is.
Like 5 minutes to make, and that's a pretty like substantial meal that doesn't really require cooking.
Do you know how much money I save not opening my refrigerator?
I don't think it's
like
as much as you spend.
Efficiency, like electricity wise, or
tips and such from food that you order. I imagine it's a wash. Because you have to, pay that extra amount for having somebody else prepare your food.
I am the king of getting under $7 meals, literally. From
I know
everywhere.
You told me that the other day, and I don't necessarily know how on earth that's possible.
My goal is every meal needs to cost $5 or less.
That's basically my metric.
Right. That's like if it's more than that, I either am splurging or treating myself. One of those two things are true.
God, my grocery bill then would shock you.
Meg, that was literally the next thing out of my mouth, is it blows my mind when I'm home what you guys spend on food. I spend so much money
on groceries just for myself. But
I feel as though you are degrading your own argument in this exact moment, but I digress.
I mean, purely for myself. I spend all kinds of money on food, and I don't care at all. But that's just me.
Okay.
Regardless, that was
how much a week would you think you spend on food?
Who are you asking?
Who?
Anyone. Just.
Well, do I have to convert this to lame dollars, or can I keep it in American?
Oh, come on. I've been I've been training to convert every unit into...
This is the day Will has been training his entire financial life for.
I messed up the joke. Hold on. Let's back up. Will, do I have to convert this to a unit of weight, or can I keep it in American?
Will knows how to convert to freedom units, so let's go with that.
Come on. The pound joke was really good, okay?
Yeah, if you didn't mess it up the first time.
I know. I fucked it up the first time. I apologize.
It loses impact.
Yeah, it does.
If you have to do it more.
I apologize. Anyway, well, I spend exactly $4 a day for my lunch every single day. $3.99 because that's how much lunch is at work. Which is a full entree and 2 sides meal, based on whatever they are serving that particular day. I make my own coffee now, so that is the thing I go to the grocery store for, to make my own coffee, because it's just
coffee becomes, even if you just get big ol' $2
that's exactly what I get,
ounce coffee, and not even a foo-foo caramel macchiato mocha swirl pumpkin spice frap with chocolate on it, it still becomes a $100 proposition a month if you go out and get it, compared to just buying.
I mean, that is weird when people spend $800 a year just getting one coffee a day.
It's bananas.
BANANAS.
Yes.
Yeah. So here, it would be easier to tell you this, Will. I sustain myself on 2 meals a day, plus maybe a third if I'm feeling springy.
Because coffee counts. Let's establish that.
Correct. If coffee counts, then I sustain myself on 3 meals a day.
Yeah.
It's basically soup, right? It's basically just broth, right?
It isn't, though.
Will, I respectfully but firmly disagree.
Is there something stronger than strongly disagree?
I can't even remember what I had originally said that for, but now I just need to come up with what that is.
Well, it was about that other show and how
right.
How it's in the best place it's ever been, and I was no.
Continue.
Which I didn't link to Matt, which I think Matt would be on our side on that one.
100%.
Anyway, regardless. So that was only item number 1. But the things I buy for groceries: coffee filters, coffee, gallons of water, because I need something to drink at the house.
You don't have water in Florida?
We do. I don't like drinking tap water, personally. That's a personal choice. I vastly prefer spring water.
You're afraid there's going to be alligators coming out of your faucet down there? Or?
That is, you joke, that is actually a thing that can happen. One.
Little tiny ones?
Mostly tadpoles, actually, is a thing that can happen. But 2...
Oh, that's super gross.
there is traditionally in Florida, our water purifications are always diluted with something that will make it all the way through to you. I just don't do it.
I suppose I would do the same.
Yeah. So, in fact, I would drink well water in Florida because I know exactly how it's being purified than I would drink city water every day. But regardless,
I guess we were sort of we had great water when we were growing up because we had a well that was like right in our front yard. We never had. I mean, granted, we were off in the boonies, so like city water was not really such a thing.
Yeah, no, exactly. And if, like I said, I had well water at my old house, and I drank that all the time. Anyway, so those, and then every so often, I would say once a month, I do a grocery run where I do get like a bunch of groceries, for things that I can turn into a couple of meals. Maybe some frozen stuff, some stuff that I can take to work as well occasionally. Like if there's a particularly good sale on some things. But I would say that my overall grocery bill is probably $150 a month, maybe. I
think I spend more than that, but by the way, by much.
That also includes I buy more food at the grocery store for my cats than I buy for myself. 100%.
Okay.
I mean, you have like, what is it now, 30 of them? So that's not particularly surprising.
Something like that.
Yeah, you've got a lot of mouths to feed.
Indeed. And they are very needy, all of them. Regardless.
Hey, are we expecting Devin?
He should be here. I'm really just stalling for time because he confirmed like 2 days ago he was going to be here. So.
Hey, Jordan.
Yeah.
Can I roll health?
Not yet because I have.
God damn.
See,
okay.
You all distracted me. That was item number 1. I have like 6 more items.
See, the main reason why I was asking that, and this is my help at stalling for time. See, I can easily like get groceries for the week to have like 3 solid meals a day at less than $30 a week. Just on groceries, as long as I'm not.
I actually would say that's hard to do where I live. I would say that is legitimately hard to do for that cheap. For a 7-day period.
I could do that if I ate like chicken and beans and rice.
Yeah.
And nothing else.
Yeah, basically. Like chicken and rice every day.
Vegetables are probably out of the question at that price unless I just buy
like canned corn
pounds
or
of broccoli.
Yeah, right, like canned items maybe, since they're like $1 a piece.
Food is
going on in America?
Crazy expensive.
Yeah, like
and I'm talking
I go to Trader Joe's, right? I go to Trader Joe's when I'm working to get all my stuff for the week. So I go on the weekend, and at Trader Joe's, which is not super expensive, right? I mean, it's pretty cheap.
It's probably middle of the road. It's not Target.
It's not like which I get all my other stuff at.
But it's also not Whole Foods.
But I spend I would say I spend just for myself $50 to $85 a week on groceries when I'm working every week to make all my lunches for work, all my dinner, which is a lot of money.
That is quite a bit of money. I'm actually going to do the math here. As far as like actual food.
See,
on the low end, that's only like
stuff to make salads,
a little more than you.
You know what I mean? Like
for us, meat is our like most expensive like produce. So you can get like a whole bag of veg for like just a couple of dollars.
Yeah. Megan, I am probably at around the same amount. Between 50 and 80 depending on my intake, not buying groceries.
Right. So I mean it does like, and I don't like I like never get food like out during the week when I'm working. Like I always only eat the stuff that I bought, like to try to not make it double. Like, you know, like, oh, I bought groceries, but also I'm gonna go out to lunch or out to whatever. Well, I can't go out to lunch when I'm working, but like, you know, that sort of thing.
Totally.
So I guess it does kind of all balance out, but I don't know.
Holy crap.
I spend a lot of money on food.
Yeah, no, that's.
And I think if I broke down like my like where my money goes, I'd say a really scary amount of it goes towards food and books. I think that those are my two biggest eaters of my money.
100% mine outside of rent is my car loan, but besides that, yes.
Oh yeah, I wasn't really like counting that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously. Student loans and car payment and stuff like that, but
yeah, so
anyway.
and that's honestly I am a step above ramen for every meal, to be honest. The way that I do my funding for my meals, it's whatever's cheapest and will sustain me for the next day. So
wow, that is really I just can't get my head around how like your vegetables are so expensive.
Yeah, they're ridiculously
literally
expensive.
To buy just like salad greens, like just like is ridiculous.
It's like $5 for a bag of salad.
At least.
Yeah.
And that's like that literally makes like 2 salads.
Yeah, like 2 exactly. And yeah, it's 2 salads basically.
Which
if you're and here's the thing, it's 2 salads if you're not substituting a meal. Like if you're making a meal of the salad, you basically have to eat the whole thing unless you have like a lot of other stuff to go with it.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's expensive as shit.
Will, you've just discovered why there is at least one of the contributing factors to our present obesity epidemic, and it is because you cannot afford
healthy food.
Correct.
to feed your family without resorting to like Wonder Bread and peanut butter, like
and jelly,
most of the time,
which is not even great for you, to be fair.
No. Yeah, peanut butter and sugar paste.
Right. Yeah.
It is delicious though.
It is delicious with an ice cold glass of milk.
Oh, heck yeah.
Albeit delicious, sugar smear.
Yeah, which peanut butter also is, right? Like.
Yeah,
because
peanut butter.
Because if you're down to Wonder Bread and peanut butter, you're not buying organic peanut butter. You're buying Jif, and it's off the shelf.
Not that stir kind.
Yeah, no, you're buying. Your choices are creamy or chunky, and that's it.
Well, so Will just linked iceberg lettuce in chat, and I will argue that that is not actually food.
Yeah, that really has no like value.
It wouldn't matter if
whatsoever.
that was free.
I'm
and
using it
let me tell you
as
why.
an example.
Yes, the fact that it is 50 cents is pretty good. But also, is this a grocery store? Is this a thing? I've never heard.
Have you never heard of
I-
Tesco's?
You know
No.
what? I got your back here, Will. I have heard of Tesco.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got your back here. I believe it is a British-only thing, but I have indeed heard of it. It's big enough that I have at least heard of it. I don't know why my single item of my 6-item list is the only thing being discussed, but the good news is I've basically forgotten everything else that I actually had. Oh, I remember now. So
Take on.
yeah, I just had to talk about it. Well, I had to lie, right? Because that's how I remember things, Megan. Is every time I lie that something's going to happen, in particular on Twitter, it always doesn't happen. So that's why until I'm actually doing a thing, that's why I don't say
Although
anything on Twitter.
you 100% won Twitter today.
I did. That was one of my items. I 100% won the internet today.
You won the internet today. I bow down to you for today and today only.
It was pretty fucking good. I was a sass master on Twitter today to multiple people. And basically because of that I won the internet. So you should link it to Matt, because Matt will also get a kick out of it, Megan.
Oh yeah, because he
is in our camp on that one.
When can you expect to have your internet points delivered? Is that like Bitcoin or?
It's in the form of viewers, and they just haven't found me yet. I'm sure it'll
I
happen
see.
though. I'm sure it'll happen.
I wasn't certain what like the exchange rate was for that sort of victory
Yeah.
on Twitter.
Totally.
I'm not on there much, so I don't know the ins and outs.
It was more of a moral victory. I didn't receive a ton of internet points. My other sassy thing that I had a back and forth with the great and powerful Stephen Lumpkin. I had a back and forth with him that did win me some Twitter points, though.
Don't you sass him. Don't you sass him.
Listen,
He doesn't need your sass, okay?
I know the man, okay? It's fine. Albeit via the internet. There have been communications transferred between us. If that counts as knowing people nowadays, which it's 2017, let's be honest, that counts, okay? I would venture that counts. No one.
I mean, I don't strongly disagree.
Okay, good. So object number 2 is, in lieu of not streaming this week, which is where I was bringing this whole debacle. I've been playing a fuckload of Final Fantasy 14, just an absolute butt ton load, to the point where I have worn out the right click on my mouse button.
Still blows my mind.
So is that fun? Or
so I will tell you that this is the second of these SteelSeries mice that I have worn out in my period of time playing video games. And it's always the right mouse click button because MMOs require to use that button a lot. A lot. So with that being said, I am perhaps going to get a new one. It still works. I just have to push really, really hard, and pretend like I'm trying to push through it. It's basically like an anime training sequence.
Like little dust particles rise up around your desk as you're pressing down.
Yeah, exactly. The aura alights around my body, and then I concentrate it in my finger,
that must be exhausting.
Which brings me to my next point, which is I've been watching a shitload of anime lately, specifically Hunter x Hunter. And for those that know the story of why I'm watching Hunter x Hunter, it's because Jackson told me I would like it, which I do. It is enjoyable. I wish that the fights were more fighty and less first one to touch the other person wins. It's more like tag, but with death. So that's the only thing I can...
really difficult analogy for me to process, but
if you watch the show, you would agree 100% with me. Will, you've seen the show, right? Will, you haven't. I thought you had watched Hunter x Hunter before.
Dude, left out to dry.
Okay, you just weren't paying attention. I get it.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. So if I was watching, he's probably looking at prices of groceries in the U.S. Still, he's still stunned in shock.
So in shock. Yeah. He needs a blanket.
Will, so in Hunter x Hunter, would the analogy? It's like tag, first person to touch the other person wins, but with death.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's basically what happens. Like, there's maybe some jockeying, but there's like a total of 2 or 3 moves in the entire fight that mean anything, and then one person's dead. Like, that's just how it works.
I don't know how you played
you,
tag when you were a kid, but I don't think that's how it works. Like, I understand your analogy, but usually there's the person that's it, and the rest of them are just trying to get the hell away.
Right. No, that's exactly that is 100% what's happening.
It's reversal of that back and forth.
No. There is one person who is always like clearly has the upper hand and is more powerful, and the other person is only trying to get away or defend themselves. That is the only reason fights happen in that show.
That's weird.
It's really weird. It's my only downside. Well, because in the fights in Hunter x Hunter are intelligent fights, meaning there is some form of trickery or tactics or setup or preparation or traps or use of abilities to gain the advantage on your opponent so you can touch them and deal the blow first, basically, is how that works 100% of the time. Well, 90% of the time. There are some that are a little more drawn out, but that's mostly how it works. Anyway, been watching a shitload of that, and for those of you that may not know Jackson from Dungeons & Dragons,
who mercifully we can still use the present tense no.
Yeah,
Jackson.
yeah, exactly. Good lord. Stay tuned for Siege next week. You'll find that out. That story, hopefully, if he's recovered enough. So he told me that the arc that I just started, he's like, oh, it's my favorite one. It's the best one ever. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, you know, it's going to be a really good one. 10 seconds into the first episode, there is a giant queen ant birthing humanoid-like other ants to go and take all of the villagers so she can feed more and produce more babies. And I'm like, well, I know exactly why this is Jackson's favorite. Because it's the weird fucking shit.
Yeah, that arc is really weird.
I was like,
the others are like, okay, I can get behind this.
Wait,
yeah,
arc is just crazy.
10 seconds in, I sent him a message and I said, I know why this is your favorite arc. It's because it's when all the fucked up, crazy, unbelievable, retarded shit happens, isn't it? He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, Jackson, there are giant ants who are eating humans to produce human-like ants with animal capabilities that go around and repeat this process over and over and over. He's like, yeah, it's the best one ever, isn't it? And I'm like, Jackson, yes, I believe that you believe that this is the best arc ever. Yes, I know exactly why this is the best arc in your mind. 100%. So, needless to say, that was interesting and amusing. I'm going to text my friend now, because it has been 32 minutes. At a minimum, though, I have monopolized all of the time.
You have one.
I blame the food discussion. But since I have monopolized all the time, does anyone else have anything they would like to share about their week?
I can go pew 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 with a bow.
Oh,
now.
right. Yeah, tell us about archery real quick, though. For reals.
Tell us the archery story.
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome.
Who got shot in the foot?
Surprisingly, no one.
Wow.
Yay.
Yeah, I actually managed to get
there's
some
always
really
next
good.
time.
I managed to get some really good groupings, quite very close together. Like most of them in the gold. So check me out.
Nice.
Check me out.
First time up.
I mean, yes, it was only 10 meters away, but I still consider
10
that
meters is 30 feet. That's not short distance. 10 meters is
No,
not like a tiny. It's not like you're shooting with the target 10 inches in front of the bow or whatever. I'm sorry, 15 centimeters in front of the bow or whatever.
No, but I mean, when you consider 90 meters, which is 270 feet away, is the longest Olympic distance for archery.
Is it really? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you're like basically an Olympian now.
Right? There
Yeah.
you go. We'll see him in the 20 whatever. Olympics. There
That's
you go.
pretty exciting.
2020.
Is it 20? I was just trying to do the math quick, and I don't
Yes.
actually know when the last one.
I
was.
don't know if you
can't
I don't know if you
remember,
guys know this. I religiously follow the Olympics, like both winter and summer.
I like kind of feel like we've had this conversation, but I don't.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I was watching it the entire time it was on, and we knew each other at the time, so I'm sure there was a conversation had.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, when is your next bow shooty get together?
This Tuesday.
Lesson?
So
Is that a-
yes.
okay.
Tuesday, cool.
Yes.
Fun.
Will we be increasing the distance and or number of arrows you will fire simultaneously?
Yeah, I think we're definitely going to increase it to what is it, 60 feet. So
How many other people are in this class with you, or is it just you, Will?
no, there's about.
Well, I mean, like,
people.
they gotta let the princeling train alone, right? Like, you can't.
Well,
Yeah,
can't
I
have
can't
contact
have my
with the peasantry.
face shown to the
Right.
peasantry.
Yeah. He's gonna be like Robin Hood, and he's gonna like dress up and go to the archery tournament and win, and then they're gonna
on
be
his
like,
scooter.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah, my monkey. Scooter.
Your mini bike. It's the perfect disguise.
100%.
I remember also what I wanted to say about anime though.
Oh God, anime.
Jesus Christ, Crunchyroll. Can we listen? I will watch your advertisements, Crunchyroll.
No, I
This
will
is
not.
listen. This
I
this
refuse.
this is a plea. I will watch your advertisements, Crunchyroll. Please don't make it the same 3 that all get 15 decibels louder when they come
Wow,
on.
you got 3 different ones? Wow, that's
Yes, there was 3 distinctive different ones
God.
over the course of a 6-hour watch period. And I just finally gave up. I was like, fuck you, Crunchyroll. I can't deal with this. This is not a thing that can happen. So, it that shall not be named applies to Crunchyroll now.
There you go.
Because good fucking God.
It broke you.
It did. It really did. It really, really did. But anyway. Will, that's great. I'm glad that you are an archery master now.
Archery.
Yes.
Maybe I'll let Farron roll with advantage one time for your success in the real world.
Yes.
Oh my God, that works that way?
Yeah, Megan, if you can acquire a real world unicorn, I will give you one in the game.
Oh, challenge accepted.
But I require a picture of you standing next to it. Or no, wait. I require a video of you standing next to it. Because videos are far harder to Photoshop. And I know that Matt is pretty good at Photoshop.
It's true. I do have a pretty good contact in that regard, but
I haven't branched out to like After Effects or anything.
We're just using regular ass Photoshop.
Yeah,
no,
I can't do video yet. I'm not that good.
Totally cool. When you do though, I may have some things that need editing that I would be willing to commission.
Perhaps. Hey, can I roll health?
Hey, Matt, do you wanna play the game or something?
I would love to roll health.
This entire stream might be just the roll the health, and then once something vital comes up and fortune's involved, I either roll a dice or we say, well, good session. Considering he's the protection from the Handwitzer currently.
Kind of important in the current. Unless you want to do a flashback to that somehow.
Oh, hey, Devin's online now.
Oh, is he? Oh, yeah, look at that. Perfect. Matt,
But not yet.
you would like to roll health, and would you like to tell us what you have earned or put points into, etc., etc.?
Okay. So
at your most recent level, which is 6, correct?
Oh, it sure is.
Okay.
So I get an attribute point via our homebrew system at
Correct.
6.
Yes.
Correct?
Oh, you're in the new tier now. Yeah, you're the last one to reach that.
I'm in the tier. Yep.
Yay!
Hooray. So I get a boatload of shit. I get attack bonus.
I'm actually just gonna show this on stream so we can see it together.
Yeah. So I get a attack bonus.
Yeah.
So +2 to all of my attack rolls,
Oh
which
my
is great. 'Cause
God.
I'm super incompetent.
Well, it's not even that. I honestly think you just roll shit, man. Like every time, almost.
It's gonna change. This is the turning point for Oscar in terms
This
of
is
like
the moment.
actual functional relevance.
Okay, good.
And I know that's gonna come back. That assessment is gonna come back to haunt me. But
Yeah, no, you did
Yeah.
just jinx yourself for sure.
so I get +2 attack bonus. I get via our homebrew system an attribute point, which bumps up my intelligence from 13 to 14,
Hey,
so I
plus
have
one.
a +1 bonus in Dex, Con, Intelligence, and Wisdom now.
Holy shit, you're the best.
Which is making him slightly better rounded.
Thank you, Megan.
11 physical save, 6 as a mental save.
Yeah, and that's because
because bug, alien, psychic,
right,
reasons.
Mm-hmm. Yep, precisely correct.
Because bugs are special. However, my evasion is a 15 to compensate.
Also because bug.
Also because chitinous, clumsy bug folk. Yeah, so I banked skill points. I have 6 unspent at this level, and those are gonna get put into something pretty shortly if we don't get everybody killed in this diner.
/ trying to sneak onto the planet.
/
somehow.
Trying to sneak onto the planet.
Well, not necessarily sneak, trying to fly without dying onto the planet.
Yeah, trying to, because they don't care if we just go for it. There's no legal repercussions if we just gun it.
Correct.
But for safety's sake, we will probably not do that. I'm still debating what I'm putting my secondary point into for psionics, but I'm obviously going for telekinesis 6, which is great because I'm closer to full Jedi status now.
Correct. But you don't have the PP to master that, do you? Or are you going to spend it to master more levels of it?
I had already basically deducted that, so I get one extra per level, and I just didn't add my bonus. I basically never add my bonus when I level up, other than my extra point for my wisdom, because I assume that I am just expending that every single level to master telekinesis. So I have 3 spare right now. That I've gotten the past several levels, but I'm going to expend that over the next whatever it is, 2 weeks.
Yeah,
so
I believe the train time is 2 weeks. Yep.
Yep.
Cool.
So not sure what I'm gonna go for the other stuff, but yeah.
Well, fantastic.
So I want 64 plus 6 for the
Correct.
con bonus.
And then you can you can roll 64 plus 6. Yep, that is correct.
It could be worse.
Could be worse. What were you at before?
That still got me 5 more.
Hey, that's
I
a
was
whole
at 17 before.
That's a whole weapon attack that you can survive more now.
Yeah, that's not bad.
It
I mean,
makes me
it's
laugh that I still have more health than you.
it's actually an above average roll for a psychic.
Yeah.
Disregarding the con bonus, it's actually an above average roll.
Excellent, fantastic. Well, congratulations.
I really rolled well on my hit points on level 5.
Yeah, didn't you roll like 3 6s or something like that?
Yeah, I
remember there were like 3 6s in there.
Yeah, I've got 21 HP at level 5, and the level 6s only have a few HP more than me.
And you have no con bonus, right?
True.
No con bonus as well. Yeah.
Totally. Yep, you rolled well. Well, that's excellent. Congratulations to Oscar and Matt as well for surviving the level 6.
Hooray.
It was touch and go there for a while.
It was. I think I've only been actually on death's door twice, but it's been pretty hairy.
I feel like that is more than like almost anyone else alive currently.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say you're lucky that your friends were there, probably.
Yeah,
Um,
obviously.
right. However, that brings us to goals. Has anybody completed any goals to speak of?
Nope.
God damn
Oh,
it,
right,
still no.
because you couldn't get on the planet. I remember now.
They're all
Yes.
Nope. That's a negative.
yeah. One of my 3 is on planet, and the other 2 are long term.
Yep. Same with mine. So, yay.
Also, Devin said he is not sure when he can actually get on.
Oh, I see that. He says he hates
Yeah.
himself. That's fine. Totally no problem.
I think that is implied in that is that he wants me to play Fortune for him.
Implied in that is, I think he's going to try his hardest, but probably won't make it. Also, I think that I will have him message me what he would do against a Handwitzer, and then we'll go from there.
Listen, it's not gonna get fired. It's fine.
Gogo's gonna talk her way through this very peacefully. And
Gogo,
it's
how's
gonna
your
be
talking again?
It's fine. It's like totally. It's fine. Or it's all gonna be fine.
Dr. Fisher, are you aware of the situation you're walking into right now, besides the fact that there's a Handwitzer?
No, you just said, oh, hey, yeah, I'm going to talk with someone. And suddenly this big-ass gun is now on the table.
With a tiny-ass girl holding it. That was the dichotomy that I emplaced in everyone's mind there, so that she will remain our memorable character, unless she is murdered in cold blood in this diner booth right now. And then no one will ever remember her again. I will literally just delete her character sheet. Or I will send hey, hello. Or I will send Megan an entire biography on this character so she can feel bad about her.
And I believe you would do that. So.
I 100% would. 100%.
Could we avoid that, please? Thank you.
Devin, are you on your phone? Is that what's going on here?
That sound?
No. No, I'm on my computer.
Oh, okay.
But I've got like people over.
I
I forgot and I was busy unpacking today and people are here helping me unpack and stuff. So.
Well, if you need to go take care of that, dude.
Yeah,
Well,
don't
we're
worry about
done.
it, bro.
I already talked to them and said I can play. So like, okay, I'll play then.
That makes me believe that your fiance must have been involved in this process, because if it were just some friends, I don't think that you would ask their permission.
You have some good friends.
Being one of your friends, I don't believe that you would actually ask that. You'd be like, hey, I have to go do this thing. Good luck.
No, I definitely did ask.
Fantastic. Welcome. Glad you could be here. I checked your list. You didn't complete any goals, as far as I was aware.
No, I did not.
And you're just in time for the recap. By the way, things that you've missed. Food is expensive as hell in America as compared to Britannia.
Oh, really?
Will, what was you said? Average $30 a week on food for 3 meals a day, basically.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No,
that was
it's
our
like
exact
$30 a day, and that's if you're eating cheap.
Right. Yeah. Megan and I explained that we probably do about 50 to 80 a week, and 50 is like the ramen noodle side of things.
Right.
Exactly.
80
to
is
100 is like the eating nice food.
Yeah.
Produce and
having a full meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I just still can't understand how your fruit and veg is so expensive.
We can't either, Will.
yeah, no, it baffles all of us. So that's basically all you missed, except for you'll see in roll 20, Oscar now has 22 health, so he may survive one additional hit.
Yeah, I did see that.
So congratulations to him. And as far as recap goes, let's very briefly go over it to see if we can get something before this hour is up. We're in like swan song levels of bumfuckery as far as the intro has gone so far.
Yeah, we're creeping up on the hour mark.
I apologize.
Bro.
No. I mean, part of it was stalling to see where you were, but totally cool. Last time
Creeping
on
on.
Olympus,
Dun 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 dun.
the main reason is I couldn't rely on anyone else to do that until Devin was here, so that's why I was stalling for so much time. So you all left 0209 after successfully / unsuccessfully successfully won a race, and you deposited your items, and you taught. Well, Felix is on the case.
It's an amazing way to put it. Sorry.
And you left and you arrived at 0309, which is the Danae system holding the single inhabited planet Tusser. And Tusser is currently a gold rush planet. Since the discovery of Red 5, this planet was discovered to basically... One could assume that basically the crust of this planet is made out of the stuff. Or at least, higher than normal amounts. So, for obvious reasons, because this is like the strongest substance, in existence, stronger than steel, but also lighter, really good for aircraft and spaceships and weaponry even.
It's the new carbon fiber.
Yeah, the one thing that people probably haven't, really experimented with, although I'm giving the, if you want to jot this down in your notebook there, Fortune, Red 5 bullets are probably a thing that could be acquired. Ammunition made of Red 5.
That is not a use I had known for it.
Well, think about it.
Write that down.
If everything else makes bullets, really, it's leads to believe that other types of metal could be used. And because this is described as lighter, more malleable, but stronger than steel, it could absolutely be fashioned for smaller devices, such as bullets.
Nice.
So, jot that down in your notebook. And this planet is chock full of stuff, so everybody and their mothers have rushed here to... everybody has rushed here to collect all of this. There are tons of different corporations that have been set up, and basically it's just a massive strip mine in certain places where the government is allowing new miners to come and work. However, the other complication with that is this planet also has the tag freak weather, and while it's not traditionally weather, there are some effects on the planet that are, visible but not deadly. This planet has these strange gravitational ebbs and flows that come from points on the planet, or at least around the planet, and it causes there to be a very small window where ships, especially large cargo freighters, can get in and out. So it's one of those situations where there's so much being mined and needed to be transported off the planet that they can't move it off fast enough, because there are so many people trying to come on and so many people trying to leave, and there's these very, very small windows of opportunity for people to do that safely. And for the most part, everybody does it traditionally, where you wait your turn in line, you grab your ticket, you wait till the number goes down, you wait for your turn, and you go. That's not always how it happens. There are most of the timings that are given, publicly, are designed for these larger freighters, these larger cargo liners to come in and out. A small ship like yours might be able to enter through smaller timing windows that are not publicly announced. So I described last week a couple of the ways that you can advance your place in line or get to the planet faster is things like trying to analyze these gravitational waves, maybe coordinating with some of the scientific community, to analyze gravitational waves and find out where smaller ships might be able to enter, where they may not be able to enter. Some other options are getting aboard another ship that has a shorter wait time than you, if they have the room to take your cargo and yourselves and all the other jazz. You could risk it for the biscuit. I believe that it was talked about trying to duck in the shadow of one of these larger freight liners might be an option, which is totally might be doable. Certainly it would be risky to do. And then the other one is, I think, just activate your Spike 2 drive and see if you can get past the gravitational waves and accurately basically drill directly into the center of the planet, if that is what you should
the
choose.
Center of the planet.
I mean, these things are very sketchy. Like, you know, it would take a very fine-tooth comb to figure out exactly how that would work. But totally doable if you wanna try and do it. I mean, I'm not gonna stop you. Certainly.
He just wants to watch us die.
Question your definition of doable, but
With a 13, anything's doable.
That is true.
Not anything. But push it up, Devin. Push it up.
I've got it kind of sort of worked out now. I'm adjusting my volume to or
okay.
input sensitivity. So
Got it. Okay, good. So yeah, there are multiple other ways. Gogo decided that she was going to see, since there's a lot of space truckers here, see if she had a contact, which she did. However, I believe she rolled a 6. Was that what you rolled, Gogo? Yeah, Culture Spacer 6.
Yeah.
Well, you re-rolled from a 3 even, so
yeah.
so because that's a basic success, I said, yes, absolutely, you know someone, but they're not your friend. And so you knew a girl named Hawthorne, who was a young female space trucker who you had a brief encounter with back on Thune, where you were insulting / critiquing a racer in front of her, to which turned out to be her brother, that she then promptly told you and departed, leaving the friendship where it lied on the bottom of the bar floor. Obviously not causing Gogo too much angst, until perhaps this exact moment where you need to ask a favor of a woman who, if she remembers you, which by the way she didn't, might, you know, come to not be a great series of events. And so, in an effort to meet with this girl, you contacted her, to which she made it sound like she was under some kind of pressure or blackmail or extortion to pay some money to somebody who you have no idea who it might be, because something I think her brother was mentioned in there somewhere, etc., etc. In the interest of clearing it up and maybe trying to figure out how you could help, and I'm putting that in air quotes, help, you agreed to meet her at did I call this Johnny's? What did I call this place?
It was an IHOP.
Yeah, it's basically a space IHOP, because one of the things that's happened with 3,000 people in line, and that meaning there's like 2 weeks of wait time outside of the planet, you all have, there has been a community that has basically sprung up in the midst of all this waiting. There's space diners and probably flotillas of merchants and all that other fun stuff that are just kind of hawking their wares out in space here. But you arrived at this diner and met with this girl who promptly presented a handwitzer, to which Devin did not encounter, but Devin, it's a 50 caliber Desert Eagle that she's holding.
Ah, wonderful.
So yeah, she is also, if we look at the NPCs, it's Brooke Hawthorne here. You don't know her last name, so I didn't put it there. It's this tiny little multicolored hair girl wielding what I described to Will as a hand howitzer, to which he Googled the term howitzer and was even more confused than what I had previously said. That's why I had to link a picture.
Okay.
She produced this, kind of like set it on the table to let you know she had it. And then the gestured to the three of you to sit opposite of her, and that's kind of where we ended the scene. That's where we ended. So you didn't really miss anything besides that, Evan.
Okay.
Just to know that this girl could literally punch a hole through you, the booth, the person sitting behind you, and then probably their glass drink.
Well, it's like that saying, when you need to kill the home invader in your neighbor's house,
right?
Through
yeah.
the refrigerator.
Yep, that's exactly the type of weapon she is wielding.
Yeah.
how much that is for intimidation, who knows? It's certainly, I mean, you can choose to react how you want, but I think that it would give anyone at least the slightest amount of pause to be like, oh, okay, that, like, fuck my armor, I guess. Like, that's not going to work at all. You know.
I find it more impressive than scary. So
Yeah, there you go. But you are a hardened mercenary,
correct.
to be fair. So that's basically all you missed for the intro.